So how do you programmatically navigate within your Blazor applications? So there's only one thing to remember, and that is the navigate to method. So first, let's look at this example I've put up. And so first you need to have a reference to your navigation manager component, which I've already injected here. This one, right? And then now this navigation manager is what we will use to do the navigation within our application. So I have here several methods that I've uh, hooked up to. So let's just run this first so that we can see how I've put up this example with a different way of using the navigate to method, right? So as you can see, this is just a home page with have here sort of like a navigation list. Okay, so let's place this one here so that we can see how I've uh, set this one up. Okay, so have here, this is just a list of buttons. So they are buttons that have separate methods hooked up to them via the onClick property. All right, so this is how you hook the click for each of the buttons. So and then each of these buttons will perform a specific navigation. All right, so for this one, uh, go to page would be this first link here or button, the weather. It says weather here, right? See, and then I've uh, mapped this to this method, go to page. So now with the go to page, you do the simplest form of navigation using the navigate to method is you just straight up pass in a URI. Okay, so if we click on this one, then you will get navigated to the weather page, right? So let's go back and then let's just add a breakpoint here so that we can inspect the URI that we're passing in. So we have here the value of the URI here is weather. So that is what I've passed here when we call the go to page method, right? So let's continue. Okay, so we have also here, you can also, yeah, directly set the location of where you want to go. So here we have the go to let's see, let's use this one. Yeah, we have two examples. We have two examples. We have the weather and then the counter uh, using the same method, this one. And then the other one is the about uh, button. So when you click on the about, so it sends you to the about page. And then the method for that is this one, which, yeah, you can clearly see that's it's as simple as specifying the URI of your page or component page, right? So that's one way of navigating. And then the other one would be you have or you can pass in the option to force reload. All right, so if you pass in this true force reload parameter here, set it to true, then what will happen is that you will do a full browser reload. All right, it's much like you are directly navigating to that page via the address bar. Okay, so if we click on this one, force reload, then it will send you to that page via a reload. All right, so and then the other option would be to navigate with replace. Okay, we just replace, not loading the entire page. Okay, so if we click on this one, you notice that there's not much going on. It just uh, sent you to the about page. So the difference between this one and the option to reload is that with if you set the option to uh, force reload into false, then it will just uh, send or load that specific component into the view without loading the entire or the rest of uh, the rest of the application. All right, so yeah, that's how you do navigation, either force reload or not. Okay, and then one way of also navigating or using the navigate to method is you can pass in this navigation options object. All right, so here, yeah, it's almost has the same uh, options as the one wherein you can pass it by parameter. So instead of passing each of the or specifying each of the parameters, you can just pass in a new navigation option object to it. Right, so you also have the same options. Okay, so if we go back, let's get home and then about with navigation options, yeah, it's much like functions, much like the same as the straight up specifying the parameters. Okay, and then lastly we have this refresh option. Okay, so coming from the method name itself, it allows you to refresh whatever is on your current location. Okay, so in this case you have the home. If you do click the refresh, then it will just refresh or reload the entire uh, browser, I mean the entire application component. All right, so it's as simple as that. You only need to remember is you can navigate programmatically using the navigate to method of the navigation manager component.